make some modifications. So I thank Coach Gant because we do have some student athletes here. And I want you to not just dream about how to get into the NBA or the WNBA, but listen to someone who has been there and they can explain the pathway to that and hopefully make the connection between school and following your dream. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach. I'll be back in about 15 minutes with the next group.
Right. And that's great, man. Happy to y'all being here, to witness this. And if you Google him, you can Google Bobby Wilkerson. Bobby Wilkerson, Indiana Hoosiers, right? And it's a pleasure for him to be down here. And it's something that y'all have to experience to talk to somebody that's already been there. Not just in your time, but way, way before your time. Before some of your parents was even born, when basketball was really, really tough to make. It was really tough. It's kind of easy now, but it's still tough. But in this day, you had lesser teams. You had a lot of obstacles that, to cross. So, with Simon that was here, one of the promoters for WNBA and NBA, junior NBA, right, Simon? Junior
Yes.
NBA and junior NBA for WNBA. He's also here. He's going to be working with y'all group with the elementary kids here also. And it's a pleasure to have them here. And Ms. Jackson said we want to build up our programs. And anybody that played at that level, and anybody that's a pro, I want y'all to meet. I want y'all to talk to you because they can tell you things that you need to know that could probably help you, get over that hurdle, not just in basketball, but in life. Because you got to understand, back in the 60s and the 70s, they've been through a lot in reference to racism. I mean, they had to climb a lot of walls to get where they at. And back then, it wasn't that many teams. It wasn't no G League. It wasn't no farm teams. They had to face a lot to get there. So you really, really had to be extra good to get to the league during those times. You understand what I'm saying? So anybody that's a professional at their craft, we like to bring them in here so y'all can talk to them and get some insight on what you have to, what you have to go through to get to that level also. Especially when it was hard for them at that time. And also his business partner, Mr. Mel Forbes, he's an agent and he represents a lot of NBA players and players in the league, and he can tell you a lot about, what's going on in reference to, get you to the next level. Okay. Excuse me, go ahead, Simon. Go ahead, take.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
My name is Coach Simon. Matter of fact, where's she at? I got a chance to actually meet. What's your name again? Chloe. I got a chance to meet Chloe, and it was wild because when Coach Weezer was talking about Chloe, because Coach Weezer coached me. He coached me, he had me as a little boy at 11 years old. He came to my house, and he promised my mother two things. He promised my mother that number one, he's going to teach me the game of basketball the right way, and he's going to.
Kids want to say hi to him real quick. Come on, y'all. We got. Come on in, real quick. Come on in. Oh, and then they just want to say hi.
Look at that. Got the whole cheerleading squad in here.
Okay.
Want you to be ready, get all of y'all.
Jenna! Jenna!
Five, six, seven, eight, you ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, you ready? We ready. We ready. We ready. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
Right.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just telling our story, and Coach Robbie Gaines, he was my coach. He promised my mother when I was 12 years old. He said, "I'm gonna teach Simon basketball the right way. I'm gonna help to develop his character. I'm gonna help him to develop as a productive citizen, and I'm gonna help him to get a private high school scholarship." And a lot of people in sports and just in life promise you certain things. And he was a man of his word. He was a man of his word. And when he got with me, it was just like, it's wild that he's still my mentor today. Still today. And it's wild that I don't want to say it and cry because it's emotional because he got me ready for a champion. A champion. Mm-hmm. Do y'all know what it takes to be a champion? How many people want to go to college in here? Anybody?
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's beautiful.
I talked to a lot of youth all over Baltimore City, and you'd be surprised that when you ask that question, very few hands go up. All right. Now, as far as being a champion, how many people play sports in here? How many people want a championship? Anybody?
Won a champion? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Is it hard or easy to win a championship? All right. Now, imagine you playing at a Division I level, and nobody beat you, and you win a national championship. And it's wild because how Coach had got me ready, it was just mentally believing. He would take me all over Baltimore City. He would take me. I just talk about Philly, and we played the country's best. When I went to high school, we played the #1 team in the country. 5 days later, we played the #3 team in the country. Oak Hill was #1. Right. Flint Hill was #2. 6 days later, we played the #8 team in the country. That was Durrani with Rodney Monroe. Then we then we went to Philly and played Roman Catholic, where they had Alfonso Ellis. Yeah. Then we came back and played Cardinal Gibbons. They was #15 in the country. They had Rodney Walker. And because he got me ready for this gentleman, and when I got with him, my whole mindset as a student athlete changed because Coach took us to church. We had to wear a shirt and tie. Guess what time we practiced? 12 what?
8 o'clock.
8 in the morning?
6 o'clock. 7.
5 o'clock in the morning. We had to be up. We had to be on the floor, as Coach say, tape ready to go 6. That means you had to wake up 5. We could not. Coach wouldn't let us on that floor unless you're not taped. You know what tape is? Yeah. Your ankles taped up.
So that means you gotta go to bed.
So, hey, it's not about me. I want to bring the gentleman up, but it's just.
You can sit down right there.
Okay, you can sit down.
Oh, you can stand it.
So let's give a Baltimore round of applause for undefeated national champion.
Yeah.
1976 Indiana Hoosiers got drafted by the
Seattle Supersonics.
Seattle Supersonics. Also played for the Bronze old team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Michael Jordan's old team, the Chicago Bulls. So let's welcome Bobby Wilkerson.
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. I was looking forward to coming here. Simon always had things lined up, but I thank God for Simon. He was a young man coming out of junior college when I got a hold of him. And just changed. He was more mature than most guys. He was more mature, and I was just experiencing and showing him as I got him into UMES and about how I grew up. Now, how many of you have 4 brothers and sisters? How many of you have more than 4? We'll try about 12. There was 13 in my family. I had 6 older brothers, 3 older sisters. And I didn't start playing basketball until I was 3 years old. Started 3 years old because you couldn't go watch TV because we ain't have but one, and you couldn't watch it because you was too young. And can you imagine having 9 older brothers and sisters in one house? It was just something, and I was real small. I didn't grow in 9th grade. I was like 5'4", 5'5". That summer, I grew 8 inches.
Wow.
One summer, I grew 8 inches. I think I invented rolling your pants up and rolling your sleeves up because we couldn't afford no new clothes.
Wow.
Grew 8 inches in one summer. I had an attitude, a bad attitude. My mother tried to beat it out of me, but it didn't work. But growing up, sometimes things happen. You don't understand when parents tell you do this, do that. Sometimes you want to rebel. I had to learn how to be disciplined. I had to learn how to be disciplined at home. And one way my mother told me, she said, son, you don't have no common sense. I said, well, what do you mean? She said, if you see the trash can full, don't you carry your butt over there and try to put some more trash in. Go empty it. And so I had to learn these things. I grew up on a lot of beans and cornbread. Big family, you don't have a lot. My mother knew how to make a meal. I ate beans, more beans with it, and have anybody in here had an air sandwich? Or a wish sandwich? Okay, a wish sandwich. Wish you had some meat. Yeah, we did a whole lot of wishes growing up. Wish we had some meat. You know, and so just because you grow up poor, that don't give you no right to have an attitude. You have to take what you have and say, make a decision that I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be respectful to myself, to my parents. One time I asked my mother, I said, and I was like 8 years old. And I said, Mom, how old are you? Boom! I got slapped side the head. Don't you ever ask me how old I am. But things you had to learn. My brothers would beat me because I had 6 older brothers. My dad didn't even have to worry about it. But I had to learn how to be disciplined. I had to learn how to keep my mouth quiet. I had to learn how that I couldn't talk back. I couldn't talk back to my brothers, my sister. I couldn't fight my sisters or my brothers. And so I was always mad because I was always hungry. Always. I was skinny. You probably could have put me in a Pepsi bottle. I was so skinny. But it didn't deter me. I had to learn how to get out of that attitude and be thankful for what I had. And I learned that as I went through high school. When I grew them 8 inches, I beat up on everybody after that. My brothers, my friends, all of them used to laugh at me and trick me. Oh, I got even. And I didn't apologize. I was dunking on them. I was tripping them, throwing them to the ground. I was playing my sisters and tripping them too. So I just got even with everything. And I felt better. But to grow like that and then get in high school and we're dealing with a lot